Hi everybody, this is Sudha Jamthe and this is the IoT show. Today our topic is automated homes. I just want to pause for a minute because it is not connected homes. When we talk about Internet of Things, we've been talking about connected self, connected cars, connected homes, connected cities, everything. And there has been a lot of discussion about connected homes. When we say connected, we are talking about things just talking to the internet, smart things which were not smart before, like a toothbrush or light at home, everything else, right? So today I thought I should have this topic as automated home for two reasons. One, there's a lot of news from various retailers doing awesome stuff in the space, and they are creating automated homes. And that is one. And second thing is, there is a lot more we can cover when we try to understand this space. So what we do in this show usually is, it's not PR focused. It is very, very, very focused on learning something, demystifying an area of Internet of Things. And so we have a topic, we have a guest, and we go in depth into a conversation. We spoke about Internet of Things and data science. We spoke about connected paper for the last couple of weeks. We spoke about sensors and different systems on a chip, and how do you make stuff, how do you build a prototype for Internet of Things. And today I need your help because I could not figure out who exactly should be in this show for us to really help figure out a conversation. I mean, I am a big fan of so many different devices. So the easiest thing for me would be to find people from those, the makers of those devices, right? For example, my home, I think, is a connected home. I don't think it's an automated home. So I have Nest thermostat, I have Amazon Echo, I have a whole bunch of other IoT devices, some from stores, some hacked, some built, which actually controls our switches, a whole bunch of settings in our home, right? And my problem with all this is it does not quite do the job for me. For me, I want any product to solve a problem for me as a customer. And so I think it's important to know what the use cases are and then go solve for it. So I will talk about it shortly, but before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch screens, show you my desktop, and show you an awesome video that inspired me to make this the topic of today. And I'm hoping that all of you are watching are going to come back to me and say, we'll have to call this person, we'll have to call this person from this company, or whatever. You tell me, I'll bring those people here. But I am not here to give PR for any particular company, or I have stayed very unbiased towards any particular brand or any company. Hello, I also have the same show streaming on Periscope. Hi everybody on Periscope. Thank you for watching and thank you for all your hearts. This is Sudha Jamthe and this is the IoT show. And we are talking about automated homes. Thank you for the hearts. So we are talking about automated homes. What does that mean? What does automating our house mean? We've been talking about connected devices. That's geeky enough. It's scary when you automate your house, or is it fun? So Target has something cool. And so I'm going to switch screen. Bear with me for a minute. And I'm going to show you an awesome video. Oh my God. Did you see how that went in? Screen inside screen inside screen. Ooh, I didn't expect that to happen. That is so awesome, guys. But that's not what I wanted to do. So I'm going to stop. Okay, so all I wanted to do was share my desktop, select a window. Have a dollar. It's doing it again. Please don't tell me it's a bug of some kind. Present to everyone. I've got this recursive Google plus window. Damn, that's not a good thing, because I was hoping to switch and show you a video from Google. Okay, people in Periscope are going to be able to see it. So I'm going to show you anyway. The rest of you have to hear, but I'm going to come up to this needed.
So as a company, we have a really keen interest in IoT, the Internet of Things. And for Target, that's really about the home and the connected home. So the design of the open house space is to bring together the consumers, the makers, the businesses, to see all of these products working together and to help us figure out where the growth lies for the future. Part of Target's unique position in this market is that we have products across all aspects of your life.
The original idea for Open House came to be by talking to startups who were a little frustrated that products weren't fully understood by simply relying on packaging design. So we thought if we show these products actually in situ, in a living environment, people can actually see how these would work in their own home.
The thing I'm most excited about is we get to interact directly with vendors. We've tried to provide a unique experience to the guest, and it's very interesting to be in the space with vendors and talk about how we can work together to provide that experience.
We don't believe that we could predict the future and figure out where to go strategically by sitting around a conference room table. It's really pushing some boundaries around experiential retail. You can walk through the house. We have great interactive platforms. The products are spaced out. Another important point is that every product you see is for sale.
The thing that we're noticing in this space is that people talk to each other. People say, oh, that's so cool. And then somebody walks over. They don't know each other. They start talking about how they're using these products in their homes.
So our hope for anyone who enters the space is that they leave very excited about the future. We also want to hear from them. What part of that future is most exciting? And that's where we can then turn our attentions and invest our energy.
So we're really excited to welcome everyone into the space. This is not just for the tech community. We hope the guests will take away a better understanding of what the connected home can be.
So that's the Target open house. That's in San Francisco. Sorry, people who are watching on YouTube or Google Plus. I don't know what you saw. I think you just saw my face on the video sound. And people on Periscope got to see the video. Cool, guys. So why I wanted to share that today is because it actually is the first step. It's a very bold step. And Target has set up this open house. And if you tell me if that's something you want to see, I would like to go there and then do a Periscope and show you from there, right? I would love to host a show straight from there one day. But it's not really next door to me, so I needed to plan ahead if that's something you wanted to see. But what they have done is there are many, many connected devices, and it doesn't make your home a connected home. So they have actually shown how one device can talk to another device. So the point I'm trying to make here is the promise of the automated home or the connected home, when it comes together, is that there are many devices. Consumers don't care about devices at home. They care about it solving a problem. And so the example Target shows, there's a lot of cool stuff there. So one fascinating thing I had seen in there is when the baby monitor, which is an internet connected device, when it hears that the baby is awake at night, it wakes up the coffee machine, which is also internet connected, and automatically starts brewing coffee. So the parent who's waking up at night, with low sleep, can just pick up a mug of coffee and automatically go boot up and go pick up the child. So that's a cool concept. I mean, I think it's a viable solve for a sleep deprived parent, not maybe for the average person, right? But there are other things. They have made up a whole bunch of use cases. So what fascinates me is what devices should talk to what devices. And so if you're somebody building out an IoT device, I think it's important to know what talks to what and what problem does it solve for the consumer, and how do you make that talk to each other. So that's the second part of the show where I wanted to kind of introduce you to the complexity of how it's not easy to connect things. And then maybe, if based on your input, I could have another deeper topic on one of these drill downs for the future. So that was my motivation today to set this thing, because the more I touched it, the more it felt like it was unsolved. There were so many use cases. We didn't know what the use cases were, devices that were not talking to each other. So the other company that is doing interesting things in this space is Home Depot. And what they've done is they've put beacons up in the store. So beacons are sensors that talk Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. In this case, they talk Wi-Fi. And they talk to IoT device, a hub called Wink, W-I-N-K. And so what they've done is they have about 600 products all around their store, which are connected home products. That's how they call it. And you can walk around. And if you're a pro customer, then you have a mobile app called the Home Depot Pro. And when you walk around with it, it actually uses the beacon and it guides you as to where the different things are, where you could go. I mean, coming from e-commerce, I think it's a retailer's dream. And I find that super exciting, right? But one interesting thing related to what Target is doing, what Home Depot is doing, is they actually show you what they sell you products as a bundle. So if something talks to you like this coffee machine, coffee maker, if it's going to talk to a baby monitor, you wouldn't think of buying those together, but they're connected together. They can wake up each other. Then they sell that as one unit. So it kind of gives a configuration management of sorts, right, of what would connect to what. And that's available in Home Depot. So you wouldn't buy something thinking it would talk to something else. So I have a real need, guys, and I have not found a solve for it yet. So I have the Nest thermostat at home. It does an awesome job. And I found that I was checking what the latest temperature was, and I was manually moving it to read it without my glasses. And I found that Nest thought that I was setting it to that high temperature, and so temperature I was. And so what I to Nest with the app using Amazon's Echo API. And Amazon, and so when I say to Alexa, and I say, Alexa, talk to Nest, I have my own app internally, which is the Echo app. It talks to Nest, gets the latest temperature. So I get up in the morning and I say, Alexa, what's the temperature in San Jose? And it tells me the temperature. It tells me what the weather pattern for the day is. Based on that, I decide outfit for my family, what we are doing on an outing, a whole bunch of things, right? And Nest is actually telling me what's the temperature in my house. What does it look like? So by making them talk to each other, I essentially know what is the temperature outside and what is the temperature inside. And long story short, you might wonder, why is she obsessed with temperature and what is she going to do with it? I have a small puppy and I leave her home. And so today is going to be like in the early 90s temperature. And that's a worry for me when I leave her alone. I leave a small fan for her, and I don't have air conditioner across the whole house. So I have it in a tiny room somewhere else where she's not sitting. So what do? So here is a problem where I would like to automate my house, where Alexa can talk to Nest and find out what's the outside temperature, what's the inside temperature. And the problem with my house is when I close everything and leave, it's like a greenhouse effect and my house heats up. And if it's 91 degrees outside, it's not 91 degrees inside, but it slowly heats up. So at some point, it's uncomfortable for my pet. And I want to start the fans, and I want to ventilate the house, and I want to turn on more fans, or maybe alert me to come back if it's really bad. So how do I do that? So I'm hoping to make my fan an IoT internet connected device so that it would turn on or off and send in exhaust. I have like a house fan where it exhausts at a higher level, right? It exhausts the heated air out of my house. And I would like it to turn, I can't keep it running all day long, but I would like it turn on and off based on Alexa and this one talking to each other, right? Nest talking to each other. Sounds super complicated, and it is. I mean, building this is not complicated, but my problem is real. So how do I get this working for me? So that is one of my use cases. And so I'm hoping there will be use cases like this from the Target example we saw, or from Home Depot that I saw. And I heard that Lowe's also has a whole bunch of devices, connected devices. It connects it together and sells it. And it also does offer a service. So today the retailer stand, at least that's what it appears to me, someone tell me if it's otherwise, is it's very early stages and consumers need hand holding to figure out what connects to what. Target is selling you the combination, but I don't think they're offering a service. I'm not aware of it. Lowe's is offering a service, and they say, pay me a monthly fee and I will help set this up and I will maintain it for you. Yeah. It's more maintenance contract, but if two things are going to be connected, they're going to take care of that for you. So the business models are evolving. How do you help the consumers with this whole connected devices to make it an automated home? So that's the story for today. So based on this, what do you think is good for us to talk about? Who can I bring as guest? I can ping Target or Nest or Lowe's or Home Depot and bring somebody to talk to us and tell their story. Target story is more a visionary story. And so I think it would cover more use cases. That would be interesting. The Home Depot story is actually a successful implementation story because they have put Wink and connected all devices to talk to Wink as the hub. I think the hub in Lowe's is Iris. That's a home IoT hub. For every device inside the house, you need a hub. Basically, you need some intelligence to talk to all the different devices to connect to each other. And so that's the hub. That's the box unit called hub. And that's the hub. Iris is the hub for Lowe's. So that also limits us as consumers. You can't, look for deals and go to Home Depot, pick something, go to Lowe's, pick something, buy online something, and they won't talk to each other. How do you know what talks to each other? I think that part is fascinating for me. I don't know if it's fascinating for you. I'm not even interested in, saying that these things don't talk to each other. I'm interested in finding solutions and solve for my problem of leaving my pet at home, setting the optimal temperature. These are the 3 devices I need to connect, or somebody's giving me a combination of these things. That would be cool. So I would look for what are such use cases. I would like to hear from you, whether you have such use cases that you want to solve for your house. Today we have, motion controlled whole bunch of stuff you can do in the house, which were not even motion controlled. You can have your light set for different modes, different timings, whole bunch of things. And there's a bunch of lights that's out there. You can turn on music on and off at different times. Even Alexa fetches stuff for me from my playlist, or it can go search the internet and get me samples of all kinds of music. So setting the mood of the house, setting the hue of the house, which is Philips light's name, by the way, Philip Hue, but setting the lighting in the house and the thermostat and smoke detector from Nest, I think they're all good devices. And for early adopters, we have to go past that. There's got to be more use cases of making our house, our home life, solving problems in our home. So I think Nest is doing an awesome job because they're focused on saving electricity. And I use a lot of electricity when I turn all these things on. And it's also interconnecting different devices. My security camera is a no-brainer. So that's one. But what about the others, right? How do I interconnect different things? What problem is it going to solve for me? So help me understand that. Tell me if you would want to see somebody from any of these companies. Do you want to see somebody who would help demystify how to go build these, how to connect to each other, or you want a use case discussion of different interesting problems you can solve for? Help me understand that, guys, and we'll make that our future show. And I heard from many of you last week that you love that Razorfish's Audi TT brochure hack video, and how they had taken paper and added an IoT chip and made it come to life. Like they made the Audi brochure come to life. I just found that amazing too. And so I've heard from many of you that the sensor topic is not over. And so I'm going to bring Eric back and we can talk about more sensors. And if you're one of the people who are making a IoT prototype, then you just have to start with some system on a chip and build it out, understanding the different pieces that tie to each other. And so we'll have a conversation of that. I'll definitely make that one of my future topic. In terms of jobs, Apple still has that research kit community manager job open. So if you go to Apple's site, you can easily find that. I heard from a bunch of IoT startups who are all looking to hire either salespeople or developers. I didn't find anything in between. So if that's interesting, I'm happy to share those. Again, I need to hear from you guys. What would be the optimal way for me to share these with you? I can obviously post comments below my show here on Google Plus or on YouTube. I don't think I have the bandwidth to go create a whole job site to go manage that. One thing I did do, and I got help from Kajal from India. She's a computer science student and super awesome. What we did is we created a website called IoT Disruptions, and I'm going to share the link with you guys soon. What it does is it gives an alphabetical list of all possible IoT devices out there, and if there's something missing, you can actually click something, a plus sign, and just tell me what to add, and that way I'm up to date on what's out there. And if you want to share something with me, I'm happy to look at it. And selectively, I'm going to do review of some of them, not all of them, because it's too time consuming. Though I love this stuff, it's very time consuming. So I'm going to wrap up early today, and I want your feedback. My main ask is, in home automation, what are the use cases that you think needs to be solved for your home? And specifically for this show, who do you think you want to see? What are the future topics related to home automation and connected homes, and anything else that we've missed from the past that we want to delve deeper? So ping me, to tweet me, or also you can post comments right here, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks. Ciao.